Guests will be Mr. Tom Warren, President of Student Council Kate Gorman, and Mr. Gary Uptrain. Also, the microsurgeons will have a feature, so stick around with us and have a great time. And now, the man, the dude of the hour, Mr. Mike Hatfield.
Thank you, Jim. Not everybody at once. Well, Jim, first of all, we'd like to welcome everybody to the first show of the 1985-86 WCHS taping season. And John, Jim, pardon me, I messed up a little bit. Let's go over here and find out who's in the band. Go ahead and introduce
The members of the microsurgeons this year, John Norland on the tenor sax, Mike Bashore on the trombone, Chris Newman on the trumpet, Chris Meredith on the saxophone, and John Stromberg on the drums.
I see we changed the names from the surgeons to the microsurgeons this year. That's quite a change there. Hopefully it's for the best. Yes. Well, big question, what did you do this summer, Jim?
Lots.
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Oh, I went to some music camps.
Music camp?
Team choir camp and a band camp.
And did they turn out pretty good this year?
Yeah, the marching Panthers are bigger and better than last year.
And how's our band going to be this year?
You mean the microsurgeons?
The microsurgeons, sorry.
Microsurgeons are going to be 10 times better than last.
Whoa, this sounds pretty good. Whoa, come on, everybody moan out there. That's good, okay. Well, we got a note from Mr. Berkey.
Hey, move on?
Yeah. John was thinking of us for the first show. Not actually going to read the whole thing because it is a wee bit lengthy here, but I suppose wee bit and just a little bit there. We can actually let everybody see that John Berkey did send us a letter. So we thank you very much, John. He's got people taping this show. Goes here to say that he really wishes he was here to help produce the best show on Channel 5, which is, of course, true, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. He says that WCHS Today was left in good hands, which we hope, and he feels confident that he will see the continuation of a first-rate production, and that it is. So, with those ending words from Mr. Berkey, let's make this a good year. Did you go on any place in particular on vacation, Jim?
We went to Williamsburg.
Williamsburg?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, no. He doesn't know where he went. Okay.
Williamsburg, Virginia.
And what'd you do there? Visit relatives or?
No, Williamsburg.
Oh. Well, how's he doing? A little help from the band over there. Well, you're not going to believe this, but it is a little hot under here, so since it is hot, let's accompany that with the summer vacation pictures, because it was a little hot there. Guess you could say that. And we're getting them ready back there. The first picture we are going to show you is the White Cliffs of Dover. Let me explain this a little bit here. During this vacation season here, our family here went to London, Belgium, Switzerland, and many other fine places. And I brought my Kodak disc camera and took a lot of pictures, not to mention the double exposures. I don't know how you can do that with the disc camera, but believe me, I found a way. So let's go to the roads in London. This was quite a change. I mean, here I am, just a driver's ed student, and I don't think I could handle this kind of stuff here, you know? These people are driving like maniacs on the wrong side of way out. I think that fits this show pretty good. The next one here is a fine picture. This is another one of my disc camera photos. So this is at Buckingham Palace. Do you know where that is, Mr. Woodward? No. It's in Illinois someplace, yeah. In a museum. Okie doke, let's go to this now. This is taken from the first platform of the Eiffel Tower. Ooh! And no, I didn't drop my camera. I wouldn't have had these pictures back here if I did. And we're back, okay. Well, we have to talk about the telethon this year. The Key Club, being how wonderful they are, did help to work on the Jerry Lewis Labor Day telethon this year. And we raised, what, over $250, Jim? Jim was there with the dunk tank, and Mr. T, yeah, unfortunately. Well, let's go to Mr. T and see what happened there, okay?
You guys
believe
are
this.
not going to believe this. Mike Hatfield from Washington, what are you doing?
I'm Mr. T, the human tea bag. And I'll be out the dunk tank out in the 31 parking lot, and I want y'all to come out. We made $54.90.
Oh, that is fabulous. Let me take it all. I got some pockets over here. $54.90. Okay, Mr. T, where did you get this idea?
I woke up and had a nightmare about this big tea bag engulfing me, so I decided to fight back.
This is fabulous. How many tea bags do you have on your body?
A dazzling 350 donated from the Washington Kroger store.
Oh, that is fantastic. Mike, thank you so much. Mr. T.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. One word of caution about this, don't try this at home. I was specially trained in doing this, okay? Tea bags are not something to play with, okay? Let's get that straight. Well, as you can see, we do have a different set this year, and it took hours of perspiration and donations from people. And while we're on this subject, let's bring out, ladies and gentlemen, the staff artist for WCHS Today, Mr. Tom Warren. Aren't you proud of it? Didn't it turn out great?
I think it looks real nice. Now that I can't see behind me.
Oh, he's just guessing that. I mean, you know, I've seen it in your living room. It must be quite a change to see it actually put up here and everything.
It looks much bigger here.
Yeah, it looks pretty realistic, I think, from a distance there. So just nobody fall out that window. You might get hurt, okay? It's quite a spacious window there. So what prompted you to do something like this, besides me?
That was mostly it. After 2 years of asking, I decided to go ahead and do it.
Begging.
Get out of the backyard.
Knocking on the front door at 10 o'clock at night, asking him how far he's gone. And where did you get all the material for this?
Most of the materials purchased at the hardware stores and Handy Andy. It's masonite plywood, and then we painted a background of a white latex on it. And then after that, blew up the picture with an opaque projector. And then we used a little postcard from the Peoria. And did it all by hand after that with an airbrush.
Now people are probably asking, Mike, why don't we have a skyline of Washington? Well, I've got some disappointing news. Washington has no skyline. It's that simple. We tried, but we didn't have anything, so we just had to fudge with this one, okay? How long have you been painting? Been doing artwork?
Since high school, about many years.
Many years. So, how many years ago was that? And what kind of art have you been doing lately?
Mostly graphic, mostly layouts for newspaper ads and brochures and things like that. Small work.
Will you do something for people if they ask you to, do something like that? And what kind of fee would you charge or something like that?
Oh, I'd do it if they'd ask if I was capable of it. And usually it runs about $10 an hour.
So it's pretty fair then, because something like this, I mean, they could be proud of putting that in their living room, I would say. Not that it would look good in a living room, but I'd be proud to put it there. Mom wouldn't mind. Is this a full-time occupation?
No, it's not. I work at Caterpillar and Building B in Mossville, out in the assembly line. It's just a hobby right now.
Just a hobby, but do you plan to expand any horizons there? And
If Caterpillar has a good comeback and I can make another 10 years there to retire, then I'll do it full-time after I retire.
then you can get one of those French painter's caps and little bandana. You can learn French and be pretty good. So what other kind of arts do you do then besides this?
Oh, a lot of Ross scratch boards. That's a black background with a white etched through it, airbrushed, and watercolors, just about everything. Mostly in your fine arts right now.
Okay, so now you do ice sculpting and paper mache, right?
Yes, I just got started on the paper mache, and every year after the first, around about second week in January, at Rock Cut Park in Rockford, Illinois, they have an ice sculpting contest. It's open to anyone and it's free, and they give you a 400-pound block of ice. You stand it up, and it's about the size of a human. And you can carve what you like, and then they give you an award for who places the best.
What kind of materials and tools do you use on something like that? Are you allowed to use paints?
You can spray paint it, or dye it, or put dirt on it, or anything. They give you the cutting
dirt.
tools.
And how'd you do last year when you did that?
I didn't place.
You didn't place. What'd you do?
I did a hockey goalie laying on his side, catching a puck.
And how long did that take you?
About 4 hours.
Whoa. Imagine that was a little chilly there. And what kind of paper mache do you do?
Well, right now I'm doing animals. Mostly that's what I'll be doing in the future, birds and animals.
So that giraffe you've got down in your basement, it's pretty monstrous. How long did that take you?
Quite a few weeks.
It's got a giraffe that he's, what, it's probably about right now the size
It's
of
about
me.
6 feet high.
Yeah, and it's got, looks just like a giraffe, and he did it all out of newspaper and, what, paste and that stuff. I've never done those before, so I don't exactly know how to do them, but, are you proud of your creation now?
Yeah, I'm real happy with it.
Turned out just like you wanted it, huh?
No, but I'm
No.
real happy.
No?
It looks like Peoria.
How many hours did that take you to do?
Oh, I would imagine this took about 100 or so hours.
Whoa, 100 hours of paint and perspiration. That's
That's $10 an hour.
10,000. The check's in the mail, honest. We mailed it about a week ago. Don't know where it turned out, but we mailed it, that's for sure. Well, we'd really like to thank you. I'm sure everybody would like to thank you for donating all that time and all the love. And now we have a special feature which was added just moments ago. A band feature from Jim Bob and the Microsurgeons. Good, Jim. Good. Real good. We're so proud of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to do this colander sitting right behind us, and let me tell you, I feel like dirt right now. So, let me bring to you the colander girl of the 1985-1986 WCHS taping season, Miss Kaylin Deed. Let's hear it. It doesn't matter, it's been here for a while, but that's okay. Well, it's now time to bring on the person that is making Homecoming, or will make Homecoming, a very big success. The person who's put lots of time in it, just like this show. Here she is, Kate Gorman.
Yeah! All right!
Hey, how you doing? I gotta put wheels on this chair or something. It keeps flipping when I stand up for a second. Okie doke, Kate. Well, give us a rundown, because this carnival comes up now what? It comes up Friday?
Yes.
Not this Friday, but next Friday.
Right.
Okay, what's going to be going on at that carnival?
Well, the clubs and the classes have already turned in their booth ideas, and they're gonna, each one's gonna have to run a booth, and student council's gonna get half the money, and the club's gonna get half the money, and this is in place of the stunt show, because we had to do something new, so.
Well, what was wrong with the stunt show? I like the stunt show. Did anybody else like that? Yeah!
Well, it seems that people above me thought that it got a little bit out of hand.
Well, I remember Tom
So-
Fishbach throwing pennies on the stage.
Yeah,
Sure, everybody remembers
among other
that.
things, so.
What's this year's theme for Homecoming?
Surf's up.
Surf's Up. Wow, that should be exciting. So have you guys got, everything pretty much under hand then for the carnival? You
Yeah.
said you got all the all the booth entries in and everything.
Right.
What kind of things can we expect, or can you tell us?
Oh, a dunk tank. Just
Whoa.
for Mr. T.
Mr. T, huh? No more tea bags for me.
Oh, and there's kissing booth.
Wow.
And
Where's this going to be?
in the back parking lot.
Back parking lot. Let me write that down on my
Right.
calendar. Somebody get
And
that
get
for
all
me.
your friends to go. It's going to be a great time.
How great of a time?
Beyond belief.
Beyond
It'll be
belief.
great.
Wow. Now, how do you go ahead and enter in one of these booths? I mean, how do you, perhaps somebody's got...
Oh, how do you, like, pay for a booth?
Yeah, don't pay
well,
for it, but...
Well, yes. There's tickets, which are 10 cents a piece, and the club or class decides how much they're going to charge for their booth, and then you give them that
Is there a
amount.
maximum amount that they can
10
charge?
tickets is the
10
most
tickets.
they
So
can
$1
charge.
is the most they can charge. for
Right.
something. That'll be good. You guys had a sock hop last week, right?
Right.
And how'd that turn out?
Oh, much better than I had expected.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
Great. How many people were there? About. You probably don't know
About
exactly.
330 or 340.
What were their names? Do you guys have plan on having any more dances this year?
Oh, yeah.
Besides homecoming, I mean.
Well,
you know.
yes. Well, we'll probably have a couple more sock hops since they were so successful. And
Pardon me, I think I hear a teletype. Flash off the wire. What, somebody wants Mr. Blair to be in the dunk tank.
oh, he is.
She is? She's going to be in the dunk
He
tank?
is going to be in the dunk tank.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Mom, put that down the calendar. I think I'll be there that day. Thanks. Whoa. This is something that everybody should put down their calendar. This sounds like a lot of fun, you know? What other kind of things do you have planned this year besides dancing?
Well, a
and stuff?
spirit week for basketball. Since we make such a big deal about homecoming for football, we decided we're going to try spirit week in basketball this week, this year, and have a dance ending up the week. But
Excuse me for a second. Jim's over there.
Huh?
You had something you want to interject there, Jim?
Nothing.
No, I thought you were talking about our booth or something.
No.
Oh. Well, what kind of things do we have going on next week then during the days?
oh,
We have a OP day or something like that.
oh, there's all kinds of things going
All
on.
things-
All
well, I
kinds of
mean-
things.
And what kind of days
I'm-
should we dress up on?
Well, Monday is Shades Day, where you wear your sunglasses, and the class competitions. Have you?
Okay, hold on for a second. Now, where our teachers let us do this, are they going to bust us if we wear these shades into class?
Well, of course not.
Oh, okay.
Sunglasses?
Okay, well, I mean, some of these teachers are mean, you know? Not to mention any, I won't mention any names, because there's... Oh, no! Should I mention my favorite teachers to get me off the hook? Okay, and you got
Well, okay, Tuesday is OP Day. Wednesday is Lay Day, which is not what it sounds like. And
Uh-oh.
Well, that is the little flower, we're
Yeah.
going to sell little flower necklaces. You're going to wear those on that day. And Thursday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Hawaiian shirt, though,
Right,
that'd be good.
and every day next week during lunchtime, we're going to have lunchtime competitions, which includes banana eating contest, a tricycle race,
Ooh,
a three-legged race, and a frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf?
Yes, and each class and club that participates in the lunchtime competitions, and if they go down to the IMC foyer and report that they dressed up, they'll get a point for their class. And if they participate and win in the lunchtime competitions, they'll get points for their class. Which, the whole thing is going to the Spirit Week, and if your club or class wins, you get $50.
$50.
Well-
We could use that for TV Club, I think.
Right.
So everybody in TV Club, it's important. Well, everybody in all the clubs, make sure you dress up because, I mean, everybody's club could probably use the points, except for Key Club. I mean, we're so great and everything, you know. How long have you been involved in student council?
Since I was a freshman.
And what have you been doing in student council now? You're the head honcho of student council now?
Yeah, yes.
Did you gradually work your way up, or did you just start as president this year?
No, I was freshman representative, sophomore representative, junior
You're representative, and now she's president.
Right.
It sounds kind of fishy, guys. Do you plan on doing other leadership things like this, like in college and stuff? I think there's, Circle K or something like that?
Like
That's
in a sorority or something?
Yeah, and there's Key Club organizations that are leadership things.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm so worried about all the stuff going on now. I haven't really
Yeah,
been thinking
not enough
about
time to think about that
leadership
stuff.
things in college.
Well, you're a born leader, aren't you? I mean, running student council, you know,
yes,
gee.
you have to be a born leader to run student
Yeah,
council.
I knew that, gosh. Well, it certainly has been fun having you on, and everybody, make sure you participate in all the homecoming activities, because if you don't, we'll find you and we will get you. Okay? Whoa, that was a threat, guys, too. So, if you don't participate, remember what I said, keep that in mind. And it is important that everybody in TV Club gets points for us, because if we don't win, we will stop making this show. And you know how many calls we're going to get in about that. You guys are going to get your houses egged and TP'd and all that other good stuff. Sorry, Mr. Woodward, not your house. We'll make sure that they skip your house. Okie doke, let's move on to a very successful car dealer in Washington. That's this place where we are now. He's been in this profession for quite some time now, and he's got a leading car dealership here in Washington. So let's welcome a very successful car dealer, Mr. Gary Uptrain. You guys just want to slide down the couch, so to speak, there. How you doing today?
Fine.
Pretty
Very
good?
Mike.
Okay. How long have you had your dealership here?
Since 1982, September of 82.
Whoa. Did you plan to stay here for a while? Is the economy, you know, going to be able to hold you, you think?
Oh, I think so. The economy is a lot better than I think the negative press has been giving it, and our business has been quite good. Yeah.
It has. Has the foreign car quota affected that any? Do you think?
No, I don't feel that has a real negative effect on our business. It should help keep our American manufacturers more in line on price, but that's not a negative effect on it.
Yeah, I can see how that would, you know, have to, you know, lower our prices and keep our people down. But the Chrysler Mitsubishi plant now, I mean, I don't know which one it's going to be or what's going on with it, but do you think that'll have any effect, you know, if it does come here to Morton?
It has to
car
have
prices?
It has to have a very positive effect on our local area and the economy of our area. It seems like all we read about and hear about is everybody leaving the area, so having a large national manufacturer would definitely be an asset to morales and obviously create a lot more jobs than just 2,500 jobs. They say there could be another 5,000 jobs added as a result of this assembly plant being located.
Do you think that would change the prices of our local cars, you know, around here at some of the dealerships?
No, I don't feel that. The prices are all established and they're equal.
Mhm.
And they're established in Detroit or in Japan or Germany or wherever the cars originates from.
How do you feel? I know that John Beers ended up getting a ticket, so to speak, on selling, what was it, a used car on a Sunday or something like that. How do you feel about that law?
Well, I think that I'm not in favor of it because of the fact that it takes a privilege away, a freedom away of doing business. If I want to be open and do business on Sunday, I think I should have that afforded to me. And, you know, the gas stations are open, the malls are open, just about anyone else can be open for business on Sunday except the auto dealer. So I don't feel it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's discriminatory to a degree.
Well, it probably gives you a little more time to, you know, be with your family and everything, though, you know, and have free time to do anything that you'd want to, because you probably, well, you work a lot at, you know, Uptrain, and you don't have much time to do anything else the rest of the week. So what other kinds of things do you like to do?
Well, I enjoy my business. I enjoy my work. I enjoy working with my fellow employees. I enjoy, as far as hobbies, I enjoy restoring old Corvettes and old Camaros and things of this nature, and traveling to Corvette Club shows and events and things of this. I do a lot of landscaping, things like that.
Okay, what's it like managing a car dealership like that, or owning one?
Well, it's a lot of responsibility. I've been in the car business since I graduated from high school, and I've done just about everything there is in an automobile dealership. I started washing cars and was a technician for a few years, and I've also worked in the parts department. I've sold cars, and I've been a sales manager, so it's interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's a challenge. As far as managing and now being the dealer and the owner and the operator, you have a lot of responsibility because you have, in our case, we have over 70 employees. And it's up to me to make certain that we're profitable and that we continue because of the livelihoods of all the families that would be affected if we didn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's it like now owning a car dealership instead of working for one like you used to? You used to work selling cars. I mean, is it quite a change then?
Not really. It's still basically selling cars and dealing with people and solving problems and things of this nature. I was vice president, general manager at John Deere's Ford for almost 12 years, and I got a lot of good training there. So it's not been really a real difficult transition for me.
Well, what's it like competing with a company for you know, which you used to work for?
Well, it gives me a lot of insight into my competition. I know a lot more about, let's say, their products than the average Chevrolet dealer or Oldsmobile dealer would. And I've learned an awful lot about being aggressive in marketing and merchandising. And it has given me some edges in that respect.
What kind of new products does Chevrolet have for us? Something we can be proud of, you know.
Okay. Well, I wanted to put an IROC-Z in for driver education. Unfortunately, I didn't get one yet. But I did put a Camaro in. There are the new Cavalier is coming out with what they call a Z24.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a high-performance V6 multi-port fuel-injected with ground effects and Eagle GT tires and so forth. It's a very flashy-looking, very fast, very good handling automobile. We, of course, have the IROC-Z coming back. We have a fuel-injected Eurosport Celebrity, which is a very popular car. And, of course, the #1 sports car built in the United States, and that's the Corvette, which is the fastest production car that we have built in the United States. Chevrolet also this year is introducing a Suzuki-made car called the Sprint, which is going to have the highest miles per gallon rating of any car manufactured, or not manufactured, but sold in the United States. Mm-hmm. They're also getting a Spectrum car, which is built by Suzuki. And this is a Japanese-built car that Chevrolet is going to market. With Oldsmobile, we're coming out with a new Calais GT, which is a very sporty automobile. We have an all-new Tornado, which has 5 onboard computers that are making
That sounds good.
It's quite a car. It's got 140,000 changes it makes in a minute, these computers. It's constantly changing and adjusting, so it's going to be the highest technology car that we've introduced. It's a 1986 Tornado.
Sounds like, Mom, we'll have to buy one of those, okay? So write that down on the shopping list. We got another teletype coming in, but it'll wait a couple minutes here. Come on, guys. That's right. You know, TV Club does need a company car. What can I do? What kind of deal can we get on one?
I happen to know where you can buy one at a good price.
Let me write this down here. How do you think, well, I was reading in a magazine just a while ago that Japan, I guess, got some new cars coming out there, around $5,000 or something like that. They're real small cars, but they get great gas mileage. Have you heard anything about those?
Well, the cars I think you're really referring to are being built in Yugoslavia. It's called a Yugo. And see, some of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that car is going to sell for about $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a communistic country where people are forced to work for like 50, 60 cents an hour. So
I guess that could have a pretty big effect on it, yeah.
it would have an effect on the price. But here, Americans who have freedom
Mm-hmm.
and have the opportunity to do what they want to do, get into the career or the business they would like to be involved in, have that freedom. But here over in, a suppressed country, they force these people to do what they feel they want them to do, and this is a way to make the car less price. And see, what we're not doing is supporting our American way of living, our standard of living.
Well, do you think this will compete pretty good over here with our cars?
Well, I think it's going to have problems for the first few years because of service. It's a whole new product. If a person is traveling across country and has a failure or a breakdown, he could be there days waiting for a part to be shipped in from, let's say, the East Coast or wherever the nearest dealer would be. Currently, it's just the East Coast that are being marketed.
Oh, so they're already out then?
Oh, yes. They were introduced about a month ago. And they're selling very well.
They are?
Yes.
That's pretty I read about those, and I also saw that something about the acceleration or something isn't too good on them. You pull out like onto a ramp, you're in trouble because it's going to be very hard to match their speed coming up against them. But I'll probably get that solved pretty quick, and it'll help out a little bit. Well, besides the TV car, that's something we do need there. Preferably a Corvette. I think a 1986 Corvette would be appropriate. What do you guys think? And of course, we'll be sure to have an uninsured driver. No, we'd really like to thank you to be on to help us boast this first show and really get it moving here. And we'll have our club representative talk to you about the club. But I thank everybody for being on the show with us. And that reminds me, we've got something here. Donations. Well, our club is in desperate need of donations. Any kind of objects will do. But it just so happens I have a list here. I don't know where it came from. These are some of the things we are in need of, okay? Here we go. Couches, pictures, chairs, rugs, paneling, and lumber. And, of course, money. And cookies. I'm very hungry. So all you have to do to get these things to us is write a letter to Washington High School in care of TV Club, or call us. Collect. Just kidding, don't call us collect. 444-3167, Washington Community High School, extension 25. That's Mr. Woodward's phone number. You can ask for him. And well, everybody's watching obviously knows that the show was on at 5:30 this week. And if it isn't on at 5:30, then something's wrong because you're not watching the right show. However, next week the show will be on its regular time, 8 o'clock on Thursday nights, and we hope to see every one of your beautiful shining faces back on that same night. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah.